Hi everybody, Dan Ullman here with the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Friday, August the 18th. Let's take a look at the field for race number 7 at Del Mar. It is the $75,000 Green Flash Handicap at 5 furlongs on the turf. We are pre-scratches and program changes. Head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, download free Formulator past performances, and handicap along with me as I take this field in post-position order. We begin with the number 1, Gutsy Ruler, and Gutsy Ruler does well over the local sod. He has run 7 times over the Del Mar turf course, only once off the board, and he's coming into this race in arguably career form off a gate-to-wire win on August the 6th, but that race was only against non-winners of one other than competition, and it took him a long time to get through that condition. He is taking a big step up in class. He's likely to face a lot of other speed in the race, and he is a deserving long shot, the number 1, Gutsy Ruler. Let's see what the Timeform US Pace Projector has in store for this year's Green Flash. We expect there to be a lot of pace. Our friends at Timeform US think that the number 2, St. Joe Bay, is going to go to the top and clear this field early. St. Joe Bay is capable on the turf. He's yet to win from 6 starts on the surface, but he's run well just about every time. And his last race, the Grade 1 Bing Crosby Stakes on dirt, you could probably throw that race out. A, he was going against some really good dirt horses. B, there was a riderless horse in the race. Breeders' Cup Sprint winner Dreyfung just kind of fanned him all the way out. Throw that race out. St. Joe Bay got good, however, when Peter Miller decided that he was a dirt sprinter, switched him to dirt, switched him to sprint races. He reeled off 3 consecutive wins, 2 against Graded Stakes Company. On turf, while he's run well on the grass, I think he's going to deal with some other speeds in this race. St. Joe Bay, the number 2, should show some speed, but he's going to take some money. I need to see him overcome pace pressure on the turf. The number 3 is Tribalist. Tribalist is a horse, you don't worry about the layoff. He shows up every single time. His last 2 races, he has 2 races since July 27th, 2014. Think about that. 2 races in 3 years. He's won them both. One off a similar year-plus layoff that he brings into this race, and then last time out at Del Mar off basically an 11.5-month layoff. Blake Keep knows it's tough to keep Tribalist sound. When he gets into the races, he fires. He fired last time out in that race last summer at Del Mar. Roy H., who's now one of the better dirt sprinters in the country, finished 4th in the wake of Tribalist. The runner-up that day came back to win a 1X with a 90 Beyer speed figure. He's likely to show fresh speed, and he is always a danger at Del Mar, layoff or no. Richard's Boy is the number 4, and I think some folks will believe that Richard's Boy is the horse to beat. He's won 10 of 24 lifetime starts. He really excels at this 5 furlong distance. I have to admit, I am not Richard's Boy's biggest fan. You can't hold the Grade 3 Parks Dash against him, his most recent start. A, he caught a turf course with a little bit of give in the ground. I'm not sure he likes that. B, he got forced out and banged around on the far turn, and that might have compromised his kick. You know that Richard's Boy is going to show up. He is a hard hitter. He's got speed figures that indicate that on his best day, he is one of the horses to beat. I've just never really been his biggest fan. I've always tried to beat him. That Pennsylvania Governor's Cup 2 starts back, I know he was put up via disqualification. You can't get beat by Bold Thunder down to the wire, who seems like he's 100 years old and was off form going into that race. I wonder what kind of form Richard's Boy's in for the Green Flash Handicap on Friday. The 5 is Jimmy Bouncer. As you see, Martin Pedroza takes the mount. This horse was claimed by the very capable Michael Pender on July the 7th off a win at Los Alamitos on the dirt. This horse runs well on turf and is a horse I'm really interested in using in exotic wagers, single race or multiple race. This horse, the last time he stepped on turf, scored at Del Mar at this distance to the tune of a 93 Beyer speed figure. It was only a $75,000 optional claimer, but it looks like Jimmy Bouncer got back in form for Doug O'Neill, now with Pender, switched to the turf. He likes this course. I'm using this horse, and I think he's going to be a good price. The 6 is K38, runner-up in a state-bred stakes race for Karen Headley at Santa Anita on June the 11th. Back to turf here, winning down the hill 2 starts back over this surface at Santa Anita. A little bit slow on paper. He's got to prove it against True Stakes Company. Only one for that 50 tag, 2 starts back. K38 gets tested for class and should face some pace. Shrewd Move is the number 7, 0 for 6 lifetime on turf. An honest dirt horse that's won 9 times over $220,000 in earnings. Coming into this race in good form off a win at Canterbury. I can't shake the feeling that he might be a little bit better on dirt than he is on turf, and he is facing a tough field. Horse Laugh, the number 8, sometimes gets a piece at a big price. He really ran well to be 4th in the Grade 3 San Simeon back on December the 26th, but he's only started twice this year. Last time out in the Albany Stakes, he came with a big late run to finish second up at Golden Gate Fields behind Christo Sky, who is in this field. Horse Laugh, though, is the kind of late runner that needs a lot of pace, but more importantly, a lot of racing luck. He can't afford to go too wide. He can't afford to get stopped in any kind of trouble. With that running style, I'm against him, but at a big price, he could run third or fourth maybe and make your try and or superfecta. Christo Sky won last time out. He is 2 for 2 off the claim. He came from off it last time out in the Albany. I think it was really a good sign for him because early in his career, he was sort of a speed horse, a horse that needed to be up and on the pace in order to succeed. Last time out, yes, there was a fast pace in that Albany. You saw him close, you saw Horse Laugh close, but it was nice to see that he learned a new trick at the age of 5. That being said, he is going to be taking on tougher horses. He did beat 2 next out winners in the Albany, the 5th place horse coming back to win on dirt at Oak Tree at Pleasanton with an 87 Beyer speed figure. Rocket Heat's got speed. He was on that very fast pace in the Albany, only to be swallowed up by both Christo Sky and Horse Laugh. I won't hold that race against him, especially since it was his first start off the long layoff. I won't hold the most recent race, a solid effort on dirt against him. His last race at Del Mar was the Green Flash last year. It preceded a long layoff. Maybe something went wrong from a physical standpoint. He has some good races. He got good towards the spring of 2016, winning the turf sprint at Churchill Downs on Derby weekend over a good horse in Alsvid. On his best day, Rocket Heat can win. He's going to put some heat on St. Joe Bay early. Guns Loaded is my top selection as we take a look at my pick for this race. Guns Loaded, I have a feeling, along with Richard's Boy, is the most accomplished and most talented horses in this race. You have to deal with some issues with Guns Loaded. One is the long layoff. We haven't seen him since he finished third in the faster division of the Grade 3 Eddie D Stakes last fall at Santa Anita. And 2 is the distance. He's done most of his damage at 6.5 furlongs. 5 furlongs might be a little bit short. I think Guns Loaded's good enough and talented enough to overcome all of that. However, he really had gotten good towards the end of last year. He has a bad habit of drifting in the stretch, but he has good tactical speed. Rafael Bejarano got to learn him a little bit in the San Simeon on April the 2nd and last time out in the Eddie D. And I think he's going to hustle this horse out of the gate, try not to lose too much ground from his outside post going into the turn. Guns Loaded, I need him to be 7-2 for me to take a shot on him to win, but he will be my top selection in the Green Flash Handicap at 5 furlongs. I'm also very interested in using the number 5, Jimmy Bouncer, sharp off the claim for Michael Pender. If you are betting the Friday Del Mar card from home, and it is a good one, please sign up to DRF Bets. You'll immediately access a $300 bonus, plus get 10% win place takeout on 10 select tracks, including Del Mar, all summer long. Head on over to drf.com/take10 for all the details. Approximate post time for the Green Flash, race number 7 at Del Mar on Friday is 7 o'clock Pacific. Good luck.